Okay, it is Sunday, October 1st. This is my hive that's been the weakest one. The last time I checked it, it appeared that it had been robbed. I took there was an extra brood box on top. I took that off to shorten down space, give them a little bit more, actually a little less room to have to protect. They actually there was brood in there, but I didn't see any honey at all, so I'm assuming they had been completely robbed. I'm hoping that with giving them less space, they've recovered and they're making honey so they can get through the winter. If not, I'm probably gonna steal some honey frames from another hive. We'll see what happens here. I'm looking to see what's going in. I'm looking to see if they're bringing pollen in, because that'll be a good sign. And I'm actually not seeing any pollen coming in, which is not a good sign. There went some pollen. I would expect with the goldenrod being in full bloom right now, I would expect to see some of the yellow, more of the yellow pollen coming in. What I'm seeing coming in is kind of an off-white color. Anyway, the other problem I have is I forgot my smoker. So I'm going to be doing this without any smoke. So let's look and see what the ladies are doing. Hopefully they're putting honey in. Look and see. Unfortunately, nothing on this frame. Nothing on that frame. Not a good sign. Nothing on this frame. Well, a little bit of comb build out there, but no nectar, no honey. This was an original old frame that was already built out and had brood on it. Nothing, not a good sign at all. I think this hive is actually done. We'll see though. See what the next one looks like. Absolutely nothing. There's a little bit of pollen in there. You can see a little bit of pollen, but see a hive beetle. Get out of there, stinky. Yeah, this is not good sign here, because these were all frames that had cap brood in them the last time I was here. It's like all the cap brood has hatched. There's no new brood, no eggs. There is a little bit of nectar in here and some pollen, but it is not a good sign at all. Not a good sign at all. I don't think this here hive is going to be able to recover and make it through the winter. From what I see, it doesn't even have a queen. There is some brood. There's a little bit of brood on here. It looks old, but I don't see any. There is a little bit of nectar, a little bit of pollen, but I don't see any eggs or any larvae at all. And this is already the fourth, actually the fourth frame of the original old hive that I made the split from. This one still has some brood on it, but again, a little bit of pollen, a little bit of nectar, but I do not see any sign of a current queen. They definitely had a queen at one time, but I don't see any on here. This is not good. I was thinking about giving them some frames with resources on from one of my stronger hives, but I think that's just going to be a waste of resource because I don't think this hive is going to make it through the winter. And I almost should, and I'm not prepared for that today, should combine it with one of my stronger hives. I have to do the newspaper trick for that, and I don't have that available with me today. I didn't think I'd need it. I got to be careful with this frame. It's not attached at the bottom, so when I turn it, see how it kind of flops a little. If it's attached at the bottom, you can turn it sideways and it'll stay attached. But yeah, this hive has actually gone downhill since the last time I looked at it. So I am not going to waste any resources on it. I'll probably come back later this week and combine it with another hive. It's called the newspaper method. What you do is you just put this box directly on top of a current hive that's strong, and you put a sheet of newspaper in between them, and then over a few days they'll chew through the newspaper, and while they're chewing through the newspaper, they're getting used to the new hive, and instead of fighting, they'll get along with each other. So yeah, that was pretty quick. Kind of sad about it because I thought this was going to be a strong hive, but it's not going to be. I think these bees coming in and out are actually robber bees. I think they're actually going in and taking resources. They're not actually building anything. I'm just going to go directly over. Normally I stop the filming, but I'm going to this one next door. Now this one, obviously it's stronger. It has two full brood boxes and a honey super on top. I'm going to remove the honey super. And again, I'm doing this without smoke, so hopefully they're not too aggressive. This small box is called the honey super. These are brood boxes. See what happens here. Hopefully they don't get too aggressive. Definitely a lot more bees in this hive than the last one. See what happens. Oh, there's a lot of hive beetles. Look at all those hive beetles, the little brown things. That's not good. When you see those, you definitely want to smush them. I hope they're not all over in the rest of my hive. We'll find out, but kill them all. Definitely kill all the hive beetles. All right. There's that. See how my honey super is in this one. Nothing on there. You can see there's nothing on the next one. I mean, there's plenty of bee activity. Just no honey in here. I expected this to be full of honey. I hope this isn't being robbed. Nothing there. Nothing there. And if there's absolutely no honey in here, it's the end of the season. There's no reason to have a honey super on a hive going into the winter. So, and I can see there's absolutely nothing in here. So this whole box is coming off, and then I have to look and see what's going on down below. That's a little bit of a surprise there. I expected this to have a lot of honey in it. I'm wondering, I have 5 hives in this apiary bee yard, and I'm wondering if the area has enough, the actual area has enough resources to support that many hives. That might be my problem. Because they were going strong for a while and then everything just seemed to slow down. Look and see what we have here. So yeah, that's going home with me. That box there. Let's look and see what's in here. Yeah, they're getting a little aggressive now. There's a little bit of honey there. Not much. Lots and lots and lots of hive beetles, which is not good. Not good at all. I'm just doing a visual search for mites. I don't see any. Okay. I should have my frame hanger over here, but it's fitting here. Yeah, this is, I'm not seeing good sign in this hive. There's a little bit of nothing on this side, but a little bit of capped honey on this side. I might be pulling this box off also, because I'm not seeing any honey. Not any significant honey. Absolutely nothing on there. Nothing on there. I mean, this should be at least half full of honey, if not completely full of honey, for going into the winter. I mean, it's already October. It's already the second week of fall. Nothing really on here. I'm really thinking I should just pull this second brood box off. Well, there's cap brood on there. So that is a good sign. See if I can see a queen. But the thing that I don't like is I don't see any honey at all. Like none at all. Normally you would see honey in the upper corners, especially near the center like this. And I'm not seeing any. I wish I had my smoker. They're getting pretty aggressive. Again, no honey. No honey anywhere. Not a good sign. Now what I did do is I just put 2 gallon feeders out. There's some honey there. That's what it's supposed to look like, but a lot more. I did put 2 gallon feeders out. Maybe I'm going to give this another week. Maybe they'll be able to recover. I don't think they're completely dead yet because I see I'm not going to go into the bottom one. I thought about it, but I'm gonna give them another week to hopefully recover. And hopefully that makes a difference. The other thing I'm going to do is they have different size openings. They have a large opening, a medium size opening, and a small opening. I have them on the medium. I'm going to put the smallest opening there. It's easier for them to protect their hive with a smaller opening. Here's the opening. So I'm going to yank that out. Hopefully. They glue it in pretty good. All right. So there's the large opening. There's the medium opening and there's the small, and I'm going to go with the small. So the small is going to go in there, see how small it is now. And it's still plenty of room for them to get in and out, but a smaller space for them, dang it, to have to protect. Pushed it in too far on that side. Okay, let's try to get this right. All right, now they have a smaller opening, and they're getting pretty nasty on me, so I'm gonna get out of here. Put them all back together. Vegetation on there. Get that off. All right. Put the cover back on. Put the bricks back on. And hopefully these guys are going to recover. Like I said, I think the smaller one next door is not going to recover. I'm just going to leave this going. I'm going to go over to the next one. This one's an even larger one. This one has 2 brood boxes and 2 honey supers. Hopefully they actually have honey in the honey supers. This has always been my most aggressive hive. So I don't like not having my smoker. If it gets too bad, I'm just going to leave. Or not leave, but I'm just going to stop. I have got stung through my bee soup before when they get super aggressive. We'll see what happens here. Okay. Big rock off the top. Okay. Take the cover off. Okay. See what they have here. I'm pretty sure that this honey super was empty last time I was here. Fortunately, I have my frame hanger right here. We'll see what they're doing. I can feel that they are propylizing it a lot. That means that's the gunky stuff, and it's a combination of tree sap and mud and bee spit they use to glue and seal everything up. This one has the comb is built out, but there's not really anything in it. Again, this is pretty much the end of the season, so if there is not any honey in here at all, this whole box will be coming off. Oh, I see some now. So maybe this one's going to be okay. Good sign is I didn't see any hive beetles like I did the last 2. Oh yeah, they're doing good. This one's 50% honey, about 50% honey, capped honey, about 25% capped honey. The next one looks about the same. Yeah, that looks good. That's what it should look like. I'm wondering if the second honey super is completely full. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull this super off, put it back together first. I'm going to pull it off, set it aside, and then I'm going to inspect the next one. And if the next one's full, I'm going to keep the next one. I'm going to take it to process the honey and leave this one in for them to continue filling up. We'll see how that works. No guarantee that's going to work, but we're going to check and see. So we'll pop the whole box off. for no smoke, I'm doing pretty good so far. So let's look and see if now they're starting to get aggressive. Yeah, I can see this is completely built out. I'll show you the one on the end here. I mean, from the top, it looks like it's completely built out. Not just built out, but, well, there's no honey in that one. But all the others, like that's complete, almost completely, like 90%, that's about 80%. And all the others look like that. So I am taking this box. I will be taking that home with me and processing it. And then I'm going to put the other one on. So, yeah, got to figure out how I'm going to do this. Put this back here. I don't want to put this in the grass because it gets all dirty then. So I need to stand this off to the side and put this box on top of my cover that's sitting here, so it's not sitting in the grass and the leaves. Oh, they're heavy. That's probably at least 60 or 70 pounds. It's a lot of honey. Oh, geez. I just stepped on it. They'll fix that, but I'm going to put that back in the other box that I'm going to put on, because they'll fix that up. And it's empty anyway. So I'm going to find one of these frames that has a lot of honey and switch it with probably going to be the next one. Switch it with that empty one that I kind of stepped on. This one. Yeah, this one's probably got the most honey in it, so we're going to switch this one that I stepped on that's empty with this one to take home and process. Okay, and put this guy in. Now the other thing I need to do is that box that I'm taking out has a bunch of bees on it. I don't want to take the bees home with me, so I'm going to individually shake each frame off, shake the bees back into the hive. So, I mean, I'm probably going to take a couple bees home with me, but I don't want to take several hundred or more. So you just shake them off, and they go down into the hive. The other thing I could do is I have containers that I can fit these in, but at this point I'm taking the whole box, so it's easier to just leave it in the box. And I'm going to get a lot of honey out of here. There's 10 frames per box. I'm only on frame number 4. I ran out of room to hang them, so I'll have to put them back in the box. Okay. Got to separate them first before I can pull them out. Just did 3 there. Make my job easier and quicker. Shake those off. Yeah, look at all that honey. That's all honey. Okay, next. Okay. Next. This doesn't hurt the bees. They get shaken off and they're just fine. Got 3 more frames to go here. Like I said, some of the bees have flown back in the box. Some are gonna go home with me. That's okay. Okay. One more frame here. This one doesn't have much honey on it. It's on the end. Actually, it has no honey on it. I'm going to swap that out with a frame that has honey on it. Put these guys back in. And I'm debating, as you can see, I have the medium size opening on this one too, and I'm debating whether I should close that one up. This hive seems to be plenty strong, so I don't know if I need to leave them. That one don't have anything. I don't know if I need to leave them a smaller entrance so they can protect themselves. I'll soon be putting the mouse guards on to keep mice from coming in for the winter. I'll take this one. Okay. And then this guy's going to go in its place. And I'm going to have to run that box up to my truck here real quick before I close this up. It's going to take me a second. Definitely heavy. Ooh, just shook some more bees off. I'll be right back. Okay, and now I'm going to put the cover back on. Okay. Always make sure you get your hanger off before you put the cover on, or your hanger's stuck. I have one more hive to check, and I'm going to need that over there. Couple hive beetles on here, about a half a dozen or so. Not nearly as bad as that last one. Boy, that last one had a lot of hive beetles. This is going to shorten the space that they need to take care of themselves. So let's get this cover on. Now they have one less box. A little less real estate to protect. All right, put the rock on. Like I said on the last two, I normally turn my camera off when I go from one hive to the other, but I'm just going to keep it going this time. And there's one of my feeders That's 2-to-1 sugar water with some honeybee healthy in it. There's the other one. There's my swarm traps that I will be taking down today. And here is the last hive I'm going to check out today. Get my tripod set up. Get the camera aimed. Oh. There we go. Okay. Now this one only has two brood boxes and one super. So let's see what we got inside. It originally had 2 honey supers on, but the last time I checked it out, there was absolutely no activity going on in the second super, and to cut down on space, I took it off. And we're going to see what they've done since then. I think it was about 2 weeks ago. I think it was on the 16th of September, which is exactly 2 weeks ago. So let's look and see what they've done. Get my frame hanger here. I think I just got stung. I got through my glove. Stings through a glove aren't quite as bad as a direct sting, but I definitely felt a buzz there. Yeah, this one's completely built out. I'm not going to waste time looking. I'm going to pull this super off also. And I'm going to do that right now. So I'll be pulling that off and taking it directly to my truck. And then I'll be processing all that honey. This one, I think it's going to be heavier than the last one because it seems to be a lot more filled out. Sometimes it's a pain in the butt to get these separated. There we go. Come on. There we go. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to take this one up to my truck. It's about a couple minutes away. See if I can shake some of these, shake some off. Thinking I might have made a mistake there. I'm thinking maybe I should have left the super here and shook each frame off individually to get as many bees out as I can, which of course means I have to go back and get it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. That's the better plan. is I just heard dozens and dozens and dozens of bees in the box while I was carrying it over there. And I'm thinking, well, I don't want to take that many bees home with me. And then upon further thought, like, yeah, let's just go get it and shake as many bees off as we can. Part of the problem was these bees seem to already be very aggressive. I got stung once already. One on me trying to sting me right now. And probably more than one, but I saw one. And I was kind of in a hurry to get out of here. But sometimes being in a hurry is not the best thing. So we'll shake as many of these off as we can. Actually, I'm kind of surprised here. This one doesn't have anything. Oh, a little tiny bit right here. But I expected every one of these frames to be completely full, like this one. This one's beautiful. Got honey on both sides. I think I had checkerboarded some frames in there into this one. I put some frames that weren't full, hoping the bees would fill them, and apparently they didn't. But still plenty of honey on all the other ones. With this one, I can get it out. I don't know if you can see, but I shake the bees off and they pretty much go right down in. They go back down in the hive right away. So it's not a problem to shake them off. And typically, your queen never comes up in the honey super. She stays down in the brood boxes, so I don't have to worry about injuring my queen. Or losing her by shaking her off. She's fine. She's down in there somewhere. I'm sure of that. This is a very strong hive. This one doesn't have much honey on. Very little, actually. Nothing on this side. I don't know if you saw that, but it had some nectar in it, because when I shook it, you could see some liquid dropping. That's okay then. Okay, that was the last frame. Now I can put these 3 on from the hanger back in. I've got a jagger bush right next to me here. I'm kind of working around that. That's a little bit of a pain in the butt. I've got to get the frames past the jagger bush. I guess if I push these guys back, and I can avoid that. There we go. Alrighty. So now I don't have nearly as many bees in here. There's still some. I shook as many as I could. I'll do one more shake here because I can see there's a bunch on the bottom. See them all? I don't know if you can see them on the lid there. Now this is going to my truck. Okay, that took me a little longer because I had to take that empty frame, empty box, the honey super that I had from the first hive that I checked out. That was still sitting on top of the box. And I had to take, I thought I'd take that up to the truck a while too. Do this slowly so I hopefully don't smush any or many bees. There's Ben out front. You can put it in the back, but I like to have mine out front. It basically matches the opening then. Maybe it would be better to have it in the back so you get kind of a flow going through. Okay. The outer cover on slowly. Hopefully avoid smushing bees. Alright, put the rock on. And that's that. And like I said, you can probably see the bees, they're buzzing my camera. The bad part about this job is I have to take my glove off to stop the filming. And right now, I think if I took my glove off, I'd get attacked. So, I'm thinking this one has the, no, that's the one I put the small opening on. This is the one I left the medium open, and I'm going to change that. This one, see, I have the medium-sized opening on there. This setup here. I'm on a hill here, and the first 3 hives I did were on the downslope, and the last one was on the upslope, so I kind of have to readjust my tripod. And yeah, that's definitely the medium size opening. This is the one that I think is pretty much shot. But the only hope they have is maybe protecting themselves, and with a smaller opening they stand a better chance. Well, look at that, they totally attacked me. I don't have a okay. And again, I'm not going to take my glove off to stop filming because I definitely get stung. I'm going to take a walk away from the hive. Usually once you get so far away, they'll leave you alone. Boy, that. This is my mom's house, actually. I don't live here. My mom does. I don't have room at my house to have bees, so I keep them out here at my mom's house. It's beautiful. It's like a deer trail right there. It's a beautiful piece of land that she has here. I'm going to keep talking until they stop buzzing me. They're still buzzing, not as bad, it's getting better. It's the back of the house, the backyard. Neighbor's house over there. I'll walk down to the edge here. Again, this is the house is built on a pretty steep slope. So you walk in the front of the house on ground level and you come out the back and have to take 5 steps down, and then you go this first level, and then this second level there's a little hollow down in here. There's usually always deer back in here. I've been here for about 45 minutes according to the camera, and the bees stopped buzzing me, so I'm going to shut this off for now. I still have to go back up and clean everything up and get my bee suit off. Hopefully they don't keep attacking me up there, but anyway, that's it for today.